Today I'm going to be comparing three of my favourite utility irons, the Titleist U500, TaylorMade Sim UDI and the Callaway X-Force UT. Now I love using a utility iron, one of my favourite clubs in the bag. And in this video I'm going to try and let you know why I'm such a huge fan of these three models in particular, what I love about them, maybe some things I'm not too keen on, and yeah, just let you know how they compared using my Skytrack launch monitor to show some numbers up on the screen, and crucially let you know how I got on after taking them out on the golf course. First off though, before I run into everything, if you're new to our YouTube channel, please hit the subscribe button below, give us a thumbs up if you enjoy this video, and if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments and I'll get back to you. Now the reasons why I love having a utility iron in my bag is because of the level of versatility I feel it offers me when compared with a hybrid, and also the level of forgiveness and speed when compared with a traditional long iron design. Now all three of these are hollow body constructions that aren't too dissimilar, but they all go about it in slightly different ways. With the U500, we've got over 90 grams of tungsten weighting placed low in the club head. That's just what makes this thing so easy to launch into the sky. Places that CG nice and low. And we then have a forged SUP10 L-face insert. That's the real driving force behind the ball speed. It's allowed to flex the impact because of the hollow body construction, you know, almost like a small metal would. And that's really why this thing is going to offer great speed, also great forgiveness. With the X-Force UT, again, hollow body construction, it has an AI designed flash face cup, so you know that's again driving force behind the ball speed, designed to really give you lots of distance from your long irons. We then have metal injection molded tungsten weighting, pretty similar story to the Titleist, you know, drive that CG low, get it launching high, make it really forgiving. And we also have proprietary urethane microsphere technology within the head. That just helps to deliver a slightly softer feel with these utility irons whilst retaining good ball speed. Then finally with the Sim UDI, we have a hollow body construction, very fast flexible face, a through slot speed pocket. It's injected with speed foam to retain the speed but also give you a nice soft pleasing feel. And with the Sim UDI we have this TPS screw in the back here, you know, again just placing the CG exactly where TaylorMade wanted it to make this thing high launching and forgiving when compared with a traditional 2 or 3 iron. So they're all fairly similar in constructions, go about it in slightly different ways, but you know they all do similar things out in the golf course. As I touched on earlier, it's the versatility with utilities that really float my boat. It's really what attracts me to them. If I'm hitting it off the tee, if I've got a tight fairway, these are just absolute fairway finders. I think they're so confidence inspiring. I just know that I just need to put a half decent swing on it and I won't be in too much danger. Also, when approaching flags from long range on long par 4s or par 5s, I just find them so good. You know, if I'm faced with something about 220 to 240 yards, I know that one of these clubs will be the perfect tool for the job. Set me up for maybe a birdie putt or an eagle putt. That level of versatility both off the tee and off the deck, really love it. But also the versatility in the shot shaping, you know, being able to hit wee stingers, nice high ones if you're downwind trying to get maximum carry, shaping it from right to left, from left to right. They do absolutely everything that I want. Now let's look at the comparisons between the three. I'll start with the numbers I got with my Skytrack earlier on today. I tested all three using Pro V1 golf balls. I have the 18-degree models in the TaylorMade and the Callaway, and with the Titleist I've got the 20-degree 3-iron models, so there's a little bit of difference in the lofts there between the Titleist and the R2. All are in slightly different shaft setups, but as you can see there's not really that great of a difference between the numbers. First off, if we compare those two 18-degree models, the TaylorMade and the Callaway, you can see that the ball speed is pretty much the exact same. TaylorMade just pipping the Callaway. You know, launch and spin not too dissimilar. TaylorMade launching a wee bit lower but spinning a wee bit higher. The Callaway launching a bit higher, spinning a bit lower. And what that means is they're both carrying at 223 yards, both going a total of 231. So really there's not a great deal of difference between these two. They're going about it slightly different ways in terms of launch and spin, but both offering me great distance. You know, that kind of two in between 220 and 225, that's the kind of gap I'm looking to fill between my 4-iron and my 3-wood. If we then go on to the slightly weaker lofted U500, the Titleist, you can see the ball speed still nice and high, 142, launching a little bit higher, which isn't surprising, we've got more loft. And the spin, again, you know, a wee bit higher, again, we've got more loft. but it's not too short in terms of the carry distance. We're at 217, total 223, and yet all three, you know, they're delivering. If I was to pull out an 18 degree, you know, classic looking 2-iron, there's not a chance I would be able to create such consistent ball speed, launch and spin characteristics. You know, I just wouldn't, my average wouldn't be anywhere near 223 or 217 with the Titleist. I just wouldn't be able to hit that number consistently. Whereas with these things, even if I'm not catching out the middle, you know, they're helping me out, they're giving me a little bit of added help so that I can hit my number and really make the most out of the clubs at the long end of my bag. Now on to how I go on out in the golf course. First off, I'll get started with the TaylorMade Sim UDI. And yeah, this was probably the best in terms of ball flight to my eye. It was just an absolute bullet. It just came out so flat, but it was very powerful, producing great speed, and just found this thing a real joy to feel and watch come off the club face. Came out like an absolute bullet, and thanks to the speed foam technology, it's probably the softest and nicest feeling of the three. Next up, onto the Callaway X-Force UT. Now, this is also, you know, it was doing very much a similar thing to the TaylorMade Sim. Ball flight really nice, slightly higher launching, really easy to hit. I prefer the shaping of this over the Sim. I think that's where the Sim kind of let itself down for me. Just not too keen on the top line, the sort of the aesthetics of the Sim, whereas this just looks fantastic. It's a great looking design in my eye. The level of forgiveness on offer is really good. It feels nice thanks to those urethane microspheres, and yeah, just, you know, absolutely fantastic. Slightly higher launching, and you know, again, a great option for a better player who's looking for a versatile club at the long end of the bag. Lastly, the U500, and my personal favourite. I think it just looks the best. I think it looks really smart, especially down behind the ball. I think it is the sleekest of the three in terms of its design, the top line, the fact that we can't see too much of the back of the golf club. It just looks kind of like, you know, a player. It does look like a player's iron, but as I said before in this video, versatility. That's what I'm looking for from these utility clubs, and I think the U500 was the most versatile. If I wanted to hit that low stinger, I felt I could do it really easily with this. Also, if I wanted to hit a nice high bomb shot, you know, if I thought, you know, if I'm approaching the par, a long par 4 and 2, trying to get it stopping quickly on the green, I found that I could really loft this thing up into the sky off the deck. That's why it's my favourite three. So there's no doubt that any one of these three would be a great addition to your bag. In between that shortest fairwood and your longest playable iron, you know, maybe your 4 or 5 iron, just fill that gap really nicely with a forgiving, long, user-friendly, versatile option. Whether you're faced with a tight tee shot, long approach into par 4 or par 5, you know, these are going to be fantastic tools for the job. These are the better player options that each of the brands offer, so there are slightly more forgiving options out there for you from each of them. But yeah, I love these. They suit my eye perfectly, they suit my game perfectly, and yeah, just why I love utility irons. Versatility, forgiveness, speed, and just look fantastic. So if you have any questions about any one of these clubs, then just leave them in the comments and I'll get back to you. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, and thank you very much for watching.